Good morning, student. Today in theme 7, the changing culture tradition, we will discuss next three topics. The first one is the architecture, then the first printed book, and a new concept of the human beings. Now, first of all, we will discuss about the architecture. The city of Rome revived in a spectacular means very impressive way in the 15th century. From 1417, the popes were politically stronger because the weakness caused by the election of the two rival popes since 1378 had ended. Now, the actively encouraged the study of Rome's history. The ruins in Rome were carefully excavated by the archaeologists, and this inspired a new style of architecture, which was actually a revival of the imperial Roman style, now called the classical. Popes, wealthy merchants, and aristocrats employed architects who were familiar with classical architecture. Artists and sculptors would also decorate buildings with paintings, sculptures, and reliefs. Some individuals were skilled equally as painters, sculptors, and the architects. The most impressive example is the Michelangelo Buonarroti, immortalized by the ceiling of the painting for the Pope in the Sistine Chapel. The sculpture called the Pater and his design of the dome of St. Peter's Church, all that is in Rome. Now the architect who designed a spectacular Duomo of the Florence had started his career as a sculptor. So in this way we see that a lot of the changes then we see in the buildings of the Rome, and the new architect was also developed there. Now we discuss about the first printing book. If we see the people in the other countries, they wanted to see the painting, sculptures, or building of great artists. They had to travel to Italy. So the people travel to Italy if they want to see the beautiful buildings, paintings, or the sculpture. But in case of the written word, now I'm described this first point. But in the case of the written word, what was written in Italy traveled to other countries, and this was because of the greatest revolution of the 16th century, the mastery of the technology of printing. For this, European were indebted to the other people, the Chinese, for printing technology, and to Mongol rulers because European traders and diplomats had become familiar with it during visit to their courts. So earlier texts existed in a few handwritten copies, but in the 1455 we see that 150 copies of the Bible were printed in the workshop of the John Gutenberg in 1400 to 1458. The German who made the first printing press, earlier a mob would have taken the same amount of time to write out one copy of the Bible. By 1500, many classical texts, nearly all in Latin, had been printed in Italy. As printed books became available, it was possible to buy them, and students did not have to depend on the lecture notes. These were the main benefits of these printing books. Now, the students They were free to buy the books whenever they want. They did not depend upon the lectures. They were also getting the information, and that information also moves very widely and rapidly. This information also moves. Then promoting the new ideas could quickly reach hundreds of the readers. So hundreds of the people, they were also getting the knowledge through the books. This one also developed the reading of habits. This one also the benefit. The chief reason that the humanist culture of the Italy spread more rapidly across the Alps from the end of the 15th century, as this that printed books were circulated, and this is explained why earlier intellectuals movement had been limited to a particular region. Now the new concept of the human beings. One of the feature of the humanist culture was the less control of religion over the human life. Now here we see, earlier we see the popes or the Christian religion, they were the dominant on the people, but now we see that slowly the humanist culture, the control of the religion, that was going on very less on the human beings. Now the Italians were strongly attracted of material wealth, power and glory, but they were not necessarily irreligious. It doesn't mean that the Italians were irreligious, they were religious, but they were also attracted to the material wealth, power and glory. Now the Barbaro in 1319 to 1454, he was a humanist from the Venice, wrote a pamphlet defending the acquisition of wealth is a virtue. In own pleasure, Lorenzo Valla, who believed that the study of history leads the man to strive for a life of perfection, he criticized the Christian injunction against the pleasure. There was also a concern at this time with good manners, how one should speak politely and dress correctly, and what skill a person of culture should learn. The humanists also implied that individuals were capable of shaping their own lives through means other than the mere pursuit of power and money. This ideal was closely tied with the beliefs that human nature was many sided, which went against the three separate orders that feudal society in which the feudal society on that time believed. Now, student, we have to completed all these three topics. Thank you.